Welcome back to Soul Career, everybody. This is the GSL Code A. I am Doa, here with Kelly. How you doing, Kelly?
Busy drinking Coke.
Pretty good. I'm a little bit out of breath. I was grabbing one of these like hot pad things, and then I was told that things were starting, so I had to run back and jump in the chair. And now I'm here, and my hot pad is still in the wrapper.
Right next we have TSR Rain versus Slayers Alicia.
That's right. But before we forget, big thanks to Intel and G-Skill for sponsoring the GSL. You guys are awesome. We wouldn't be here without your support, so thank you very much. And thanks everybody out there for tuning in and watching, tuning the internet dial over to gomtv.net and checking out the awesome games we're seeing here today.
Do you think anyone still use dial-up?
I was thinking more of like an invisible internet dial, but I don't know, people still do use dial-up. In fact,
Really?
my parents in southwestern Minnesota, that's all they can get is dial-up.
What?
I'm serious, that's all they can get.
How do you leave on dial-up?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'd have a hard time.
if you actually play StarCraft online on it, it would be like every unit is being concussive shell.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like mass concussive shell for every unit on the map. Yeah, it's not a pretty thing at all.
Well, talking a little bit about the next match, TSR Rain was the runner-up for Season 2?
Season 3, yeah, Season 3, yep.
Season 3 of GSL. And right now he's in Code A. He's staying in Code A for sure. He has a confirmed spot. But I guess he really wants to go back to Code S. I mean, for a period of time, people keep saying he was winning only because he did cheesy strat. I don't really like to use the word cheesy, but a lot of timing pushes. And at that point of time, he happened to meet a lot of Zergs in his path. And then he couldn't, Zergs at that time couldn't counter that yet.
Well, if I remember right, in that season was he played MC in the finals, and that was the first Protoss he had played all tournament, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that while he had a good run against Zerg players when he met a Protoss opponent, it just didn't work out too well. And he meets a Protoss opponent today. Let's talk about Slayers Alicia. Wow, talk about a scary Protoss opponent.
I love him. He's my second most loved Zerg in Code A.
Yeah, he is a scary guy. He played so well this last match.
Okay, how do I put this? He has really good decision-making skills.
Yeah.
Every single decision he makes, it's almost perfect. It's like he has this plan that is super elaborate that he has thought out of. Mm-hmm. He has
that's
three
the thing.
backup plans.
Yeah, 3, or at least I mentioned, I remember Artosis mentioning that is 7. I heard of a rumored 8th backup plan.
Yeah, that one he whispered to me. I'm not sure if people actually heard that.
We're privileged. We get to learn about these extra backup plans. Maybe someday you too will learn if you play StarCraft 2 real hard. Come out here and compete in the GSL, get into Code A. We'll tell you about all of Artosis' backup plans. Sorry, Artosis. The secret might be out someday. We'll see.
Oh, if you guys are actually in Korea, you can come down to the studio and join us.
Yeah, definitely come down here. This place is awesome. I think I mentioned earlier, I've been in Korea 4 days, and I was here for the first Code A match that was there the day I got here. I got here at 6 a.m. on that day, came to Code A and watched. I was here for the Code S matches that
crazy.
Tastosis just casted. And the studio is awesome. You get free drinks, free hot pads.
Free hugs.
Free
from whoever you ask for. You're like, give me a hug, and people just give you a hug.
Free high fives from pro players. You can try to high five Kelly. She won't give it to you usually the first time. Usually Kelly has to take some time to think, is this person really worthy of a high five or not?
No, I just think, will this person cry after I deny his high five?
That's true. So you're more worried if they're going to cry or if they're going to be able to take it like a man. I took it like a man. I was like, whatever. I'll try again later. It worked out today, though. It was fine. So we are just waiting for the game to start. The map is actually going to be Crossfire.
Crossfire SE, the skinny map that me and Artosis talks about. Has to have really good positioning and map control for this one.
Absolutely.
Because of all the high grounds on the map. You have to be, especially when you're playing against a Terran, as a Protoss player, you really don't want to get contained. That was what we saw a lot on last week on Crossfire SE. It was all about contain.
Yeah, absolutely. Crossfire, especially with all those narrow choke points to go through on that map, positioning is huge. The countdown has begun. Who's going to come out on top, TSL Rain or Slayers Alicia? We're about to find out. The loading screen is commencing here. Oh, this is so much harder than it looks.
Actually, actually me and Tasteless just has like this voodoo sync thing.
Voodoo?
So very soon you have this voodoo sync thing to the computer.
Oh. So, telepathic link with the computer.
Oh.
Well, let's do it. We're going to start now. Can I introduce them? In the red, up at the top, we have our Terran player.
GSL Rain.
GSL Rain. There he is, taking a big breath. Maybe a little bit nervous here. We're going to have to see what happens. Got some confidence in him, though. Long look at TSL Rain there. That nice jacket he's got. Meanwhile, down at the bottom part of the map, we've got our blue Protoss.
Slayer's Alicia.
I was going to say something else there, but I almost said Slayer's Alicia, and then, oh yeah, the Street Fighter guy's going to announce it. You know, I actually met him the other day.
Oh, really?
I met the Street Fighter guy.
Wow.
I know, he came to the GOM house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was he the one that we were playing for pizza?
That's right, yep, we played, that's right, Spades. And
sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Now you guys know the secret that we actually do. We have no money to buy food, but we play StarCraft for pizza.
That's right, we have to compete against the Street Fighter guy and the other
casters.
The Korean casters for pizza.
Who are really ridiculously good.
They are really good. You know, the Street Fighter guy, I believe, if he's the one I'm thinking of, if I've got this right, he's now known as Random King.
Ah, yeah.
He's a very good random player. Needless to say, we bought pizza that night. It was still good pizza. We had a good time.
Well, I went out to the arcade and had fun playing SF4.
That's right. Oh, looks like we've got a bit of a proxy going on.
Well, this probe is not going to have anything to report because you'll be thinking to himself, okay, 1 Rex, 1 gas, pretty standard from a Terran player, nothing to report back to my base. But then again, there's that secret Rex.
We've got a proxy Rex, that's right. So what is he going to use it for? It could be a lot of things, really. Probably just going to be able to pump out some more Marines, some early pressure there. Another thing that I've seen rarely in Terran versus Protoss is using that barracks to gain vision on the high ground for like a Marauder or something like that. A little bit less likely. That's kind of a risky move to do, and I don't think we're going to see that out of Rain, but it does happen.
Last week we actually saw a lot of secret proxying from TSL Alive and OGS Supernova game. Supernova is playing next round, but it was so, how do I put it, very, very close and exciting. Oh my god!
Oh, the probe spots it.
What?
Wow.
Wow, Alicia, wow.
His spider sense was tingling. That probe went right over there.
His probe sense.
Rain, though, continuing to produce a Marauder out of it, and he's actually going to be using it to get the slow upgrade as well, the concussive shells. Now, with the Zealot attacking that, that's going to be a little bit risky.
Looks like he might actually lose the tag lab over there.
I think he's going to. I don't think it's going to
How far are the Marines? The Marines are actually quite far away. I mean, the Zealot can actually just eat away at the tag lab.
That's right. And without that concussive shell, Marauder not being able to kite too well, although he is just fast enough. Really working up the heart rate there. Concussive shell getting pretty close to finishing now.
Well, he has a sentry there though. Does not actually manage to... I mean, I guess Rain was trying to make Alicia waste his sentry, so when he streams in unit later on, he can pull it up. I actually love this opening. Here he goes.
The SCV's up the ramp, getting a little bit of vision for a moment, but that SCV dying too quickly for Rain to do any damage.
Oh my god, is he backing off? Don't back off.
I don't know. It looks like he wants to try again. We're going to see. He is coming up the ramp right now. Bunker going down. And now this is a little bit scary for our Protoss player as he won't be able to force field that ramp really anymore. It'll be hard to get in range. Another Marauder joining as well. Going after that gateway, that's the right thing to do. Now it's a really big deal for Alicia to take out that SCV, and it does go down. That bunker will not finish. Force field trapping 2 of those Marauders there in front of the probes. Some damage being done by Rain, but it looks like Alicia's going to be able to hold this. Another Marauder coming in as well, though. That probe barely gets away. It will be able to return his gas cube there. Nice force field blocking those inside the base, although not the best time to do that. Those Marauders at the very least are going to be able to take a look at things.
That was actually a great decision to actually take down the Stalker instead of the Zealots, because as you know, Zealots are really sad when they get concussive shell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine being a Zealot
It'd be a hard life being a Zealot. They're like, oh, I don't have the charge upgrade yet.
Running in slow motion.
6 minutes into the game. This is unfair.
Well, actually, if that bunker went up, I mean, imagine how much trouble he would be in.
That would have been really bad.
His only power gateway is over there.
Now, in the meantime, looks like things quieting down a little bit. Rain adding on another barracks and a factory there. Getting a second gas up and running. In case you're concerned where that proxy barracks was, it's merely floating its way back across the map without a care in the world.
Well, it looks like Alicia is actually putting on a fast expansion on the goal at the 3 o'clock position. That is actually a very good decision by him because Rain is not going to be aggressive for a while because he lost most of his army earlier when he tried to push. There's going to be bunkers at the top of the hill, so I don't think Rain will be too worried about Alicia's army at the moment.
Yeah, Alicia knowing right away that that's not going to be the time to push in. Meantime, I do like that hidden base by Slayer's Leash. I mean, that's a great place to put it. It's not a place that's very likely to be scouted. And again, where he kind of has map control right now, he can pretty much build a base wherever he wants to.
Well, he's going to go for a really standard MMM. Rain is going to go for a standard Marine Marauder Medivac ball against Alicia, which is okay in early game because there's no Colossus or High Templars yet. And it's kind of a semi all-in because if you lose your whole army, the Protoss is going to just burst into your base. Be it also that Alicia has an expansion at the moment where it's going to be fully saturated very soon.
Yeah, this is actually a really tough map to go bio on just because of what we were talking about earlier. All those little choke points, all the places where your army can be easily cut in half or more with force fields.
Rain really proving to be a very experienced player. Look at him. He just put 3 SCV in front of his 2 bunkers there, ready to repair whenever. However, he's going to be very, very displeased to know that there's actually a goal expansion up for Alicia at the moment.
Yeah.
He has absolutely no idea because Alicia is being so aggressive outside his base at the moment.
Yeah, right now Rain is in a bit of trouble, but he doesn't quite know it yet. If that expansion gets up and running, which it is right now, it's going to be very bad. Stim getting pretty close to finishing for Rain at this point. He's going to try to drop it. Here comes Alicia. Moving up the ramp right now, going after that supply depot. He may be able to take out the supply depot and then pull back down to just 9 hit points. Supply depot does go down, and the interesting force field there.
That force field actually did more harm than good for him. That's the only bad decision I've ever seen Alicia make. I
think so, yeah. Don't see a lot of missed force fields out of him, but that one...
It's okay though because he does have the goal base and he's going to get a Twilight Council. Go ahead and get a Twilight Council right now. His army is looking really strong. At the moment, I'm not sure why Rain actually decides to build his supply depot at the front of his base.
Yeah.
But this Medivac right here, which he wants to actually drop Alicia, will spot the Go expansion. Might spot the Go expansion.
Yeah, at least this will give Alicia the knowledge that he knows that something is coming. He might be able to intercept it. Actually, this is a huge deal right now. The Medivac, though, for Rain.
I mean, look at the pylon. Look at the pylon placements all in place.
Yeah.
Alicia has a plan.
That's right.
He's a man with a plan.
He's a man with a plan, and the plan does not involve him getting dropped on. That's for sure. Now, Slayer's Alicia going for Blink, actually, which is kind of an interesting choice.
Well, he's going for a Mass Stalker army at the moment. But the funny thing is he has Go, so he can actually do a lot by getting massive Zealots. But of course, Marauders do counter Zealots.
Yeah, the Zealots are still sad. He has the Twilight Council, but he's still not getting charged for them.
Not yet.
These poor Zealots.
Like, wait up, guys.
Be patient, Zealots. Your time is coming. Now, it looks like, at this point, both players taking a little bit of a break.